Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. It's an honor to join my counterparts, Premier Doug Ford and Premier Scott Moe, for an announcement that builds on the MOUs that Premier Ford and I signed a few weeks ago at the Calgary Stampede. Today marks an important step forward in uniting our country as Saskatchewan jumps on board with Alberta and Ontario to pursue our shared goals of economic growth, opportunity, and prosperity. Today, we're signing a memorandum of understanding that makes Saskatchewan an official signatory and partner as we work together on building oil and gas pipelines and expanding trade corridors to global markets. This agreement will see our three provinces advance pipelines and pathways to boost exports of homegrown energy, potash, critical minerals, and agricultural products to markets across Canada and across the world. And when it comes to advancing these goals, it's undeniable that there is strength in numbers. Together, we're taking an unprecedented step to further unify our efforts to get shovels in the ground on major projects across industries with one ultimate outcome in mind: connecting our world-class resources and value-added products to Canada's growing list of customers. Our three provinces will also continue our joint calls for the removal of federal barriers to nation-building projects so we can collectively advance pipelines, rails, transmission infrastructure, and other major projects. We know there's strength in taking a united front, but we cannot achieve our shared provincial goals without cooperation from the federal government. Alberta knows this, Saskatchewan knows this, Ontario knows this, and it's time for the federal government to acknowledge it as well. And if Prime Minister Mark Carney doesn't want to work with us, it's not just myself and Scott Moe he'll have to worry about. He'll also have to contend with Premier Doug Ford, who has said many times he'll be all over him like an 800-pound gorilla.
You son of a bitch.
So it's time to get rid of the bad laws that have harmed Canada's ability to grow the energy sector and other industries such as mining and manufacturing. By now, you should all know these bad laws that I speak of quite well. Bill C-69, the oil and gas emissions cap, the tanker ban, the net zero vehicle, and net zero electricity mandates. Removing these anti-resource, anti-development laws will allow Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Ontario to attract the investment and project partners we need to get shovels in the ground, grow industries, and create jobs. So I'm excited to continue collaborating so that we can reach our shared goals, including to advance pipelines and responsible energy development. This new way of working together across provincial borders will benefit the people of Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Ontario, and ultimately all people across Canada. And I'm hopeful that today's momentum continues to build and leads to even more provinces and territories joining us. Thank you, and I'll hand it over to Premier Scott Moe.
I would just say thank you to Danielle, and I could really just say ditto and sit down, and that might be, is about as strong a statement as I could make. But also thank you to Premier Ford for hosting us here in Ontario as we find our way through our Council of Federation meeting this year. I think an important year for the Council of Federation to come together along with Prime Minister Carney later today. And I'm pleased to join in signing this Memorandum of Understanding. For far too long, as Premier Smith has said, Canada's energy, our critical mineral sector, whether it be our oil and gas sector, all of our exporting industries have faced far too many bottlenecks in not only their production, but in limiting our ability to provide those products to nations around the world. And it is us coming together as provinces, and we would very much hope to work alongside the Prime Minister Carney and his government in changing that, in enhancing Canada's opportunity to not only become the strongest economy in the G7, but ensuring that we can achieve the aspirational goals that Prime Minister Carney has put forward of becoming a global energy superpower. In order to do that, we are going to have to make changes in the development of policies that we have in Canada, and Premier Smith had named a number of them. Why does this matter to a province of Saskatchewan, and why does this agreement, building on many other agreements, whether they be on free and fair interprovincial trade or whether they be on accessing all ports that we have available to us in Canada, why is this important? It's important in Saskatchewan because we do produce a number of products, potash, oil and gas, agricultural products, of course, uranium, but also now moving into additional copper, helium, lithium, rare earth elements, and many other products as well that are going to need access to even more countries around the world, more export options, more export options so that we can these products can find their way to those countries around the world so that we can be part of their food security, part of their energy security. Yes, Canada can be part of global manufacturing security, and ultimately providing Canadians with economic security, which is the goal, most certainly, and has been the goal of our government for some period of time. And so any and all options when it comes to how do we provide the world with these opportunities are very much supported by our province in Saskatchewan. And I thank both Premier Smith of Alberta and Premier Ford of Ontario for moving yet another positive step and a positive initiative forward in us finding a way not only to produce more of the products that are providing that energy, food, and manufacturing security for Canadians, for North Americans, and for other global countries, but for finding additional ways for us to provide that global energy, food, and manufacturing security to the world. Thank you both, and I'm pleased to sign this supportive document today.
Well, good morning, everyone, and such a pleasure to be joined by my good friends, Premier Scott Moe and Premier Danielle Smith. This is an amazing day for our province and for our entire country, because when Ontario, Alberta, Saskatchewan come together, we're not just signing a piece of paper, we're sending a clear message. Canada is ready to build. And we're going to get it done as one Team Canada. For too long, we've seen projects after project get tied up in red tape, regulation, delayed, blocked, and then canceled. But today, the world needs what Canada has. It's time to think big. It's time to bring our critical minerals, our oil, our natural gas and energy to new markets across the globe. It started earlier this month when I visited Premier Smith during the Calgary Stampede, and what a great host Premier Smith was, and boy, you had quite the party. Is the party still going on? We signed an agreement to work hand in hand to build new energy and trade infrastructure, and today Saskatchewan is stepping up. Premier Moe has offered his full support, and that's a game changer. Let me tell you our plan. This new agreement will help move Western oil and gas to new and existing refineries in southern Ontario and to northern tidewater with deep sea port in James Bay. It will connect Ontario's critical minerals in the Ring of Fire region to new ports in Western Canada, helping to build a true end-to-end critical mineral supply chain. All of it will be built using great Ontario-made and Saskatchewan-made steel. Creating jobs, attracting investment, and unlocking the full potential of our economy. And all of it will be done in partnership with Indigenous communities. Canada's premiers are stepping up. Now, we need the federal government to do its part. We need the federal government to fix its broken regulatory environment and streamline approvals. And I agree 100% without listing them all, we're all in agreement, what Premier Smith said. If we don't get rid of these regulations, things won't fly, but we need to do that, and hopefully we'll convince the Prime Minister to do the same thing. There's no more time to waste. We're focused on a future for all Canadians, where we stand united, take control of our own destiny, and build prosperity, the likes of which we've never seen before. I want to thank both premiers for coming here to Huntsville and signing this agreement, and may God bless the people of Canada. Thank you.
Right here, guys.